Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Welcome to Qisda Corporation Investor Conference 2023 second quarter results. This conference is chaired by Chairman Peter Chen, President Joe Huang, and CFO Jasmine Hong. Co-chaired by GM of each business group, GM of Information Technology Business Group, Daniel Xue, GM of Commercial and Industrial Business Group, Yuqing Lin, GM of Medical Devices Business Group, Harry Yang, GM of Business Solution Group, Michael Lee, GM of Networking and Communication Business Group, April Huang, and our CIO, Michael Wang. This conference is estimated to take 1 hour. Agenda is as follows. First, Jasmine will walk us through the second quarter financial result of 2023, followed by Chairman Peter and President Joe to bring us business update and outlook, co-chaired by GM of each business group to give us a briefing. Later, we will enter Q&A session. You can use the Q&A function on your interface. We will collect those questions and answer them later in the conference. Before we commence, we want to remind you to pay attention to the safe harbor notice in slide 4, as this conference contains forward-looking statements subject to risks. Please refer to detailed information on slide 4. Thank you very much. Next, I will hand the microphone to our CFO, Jasmine, to bring us the financial result of second quarter of 2023. Hello, everyone. I'm CFO Jasmine. First, please turn to slide 6. Qisda was listed in Taiwan, ticker number 2352. Our global presence, our manufacturer site located in Taiwan, China, and Vietnam. We have more than 200 offices worldwide. R&D site mainly located in Taiwan and China. In 2023, we have won 3 awards of area. We have also won Best Company to Work for HR Asia for 5 consecutive years. We have also won 9 awards of TSAA. Okay, let's take a look at Qisda Business Group performance. The purple blocks are high value-added businesses. Our medical revenue account for 12%. First half revenue reached 11.8 billion. BSG account for 60%, reached 16.3 billion. NCG account for 15%, reached 15.6 billion. We have also deployed IT HVA products, account for 8.7 billion, account for 8%. So in total, high value-added business account for 51%. As to investment, other than our original investment AUO and Radium, we've also have an investment under equity method, DAR Fund and Normal Baby. Next, let's take a look at financial results in the second quarter. As a matter of fact, we have seen quarterly growth, whether it's revenue, OP income amount, net profit attributable to Qisda, or EPS grew QOQ. Growth margin and OP income margin have risen for 3 consecutive quarters. Growth margin reached 16.3, surpassed 16%, and was highest in 20 years on quarterly basis. Net profit, our profitability grow continuously. Net profit attributable to Qisda and EPS increased on QOQ and YOY base. Net profit attributable to Qisda was 1.02 billion, up by 0.7 billion QOQ, up by 42 million YOY. EPS 0.52, up by 0.36 QOQ, up by 0.02 YOY. HVA businesses. Second quarter revenue was 26.4 billion, up by 0.5 billion, up by 2% QOQ. However, gross margin and OP income margin both increased. Medical revenue grew 7% QOQ. Revenue, growth margin, and OP income margin both all increased on QOQ and YOY basis. As to BSG, revenue grew 1% QOQ. However, growth margin and OP income margin slightly decreased QOQ. NCG, revenue decreased 2% QOQ. Growth margin and OP income margin slightly decreased QOQ. The good news is IT business demand has picked up. So Q2 second quarter revenue grew 3%. Growth margin and OP income margin have risen for 3 consecutive quarters, and growth margin also improved on YOY basis. The first half results, growth margin was 16.1%, up by 2.2 percentage point YOY, highest in 20 years on half-year basis. EPS was 0.69 NTD, slightly decreased by 0.09 NTD YOY. Inventory in the end of second quarter was 35.8 billion, significantly reduced by 20.4 billion YOY. QOQ went down by 3.8 billion. Inventory amount decreased for 5 consecutive quarters. Let's take a look at slide 10. Revenue for the second quarter, 52.112 billion. Growth margin, 16.3%. OP income, 1.443 billion. Net non-OP income, 0.60 billion. Net income, 1.534 billion. Net income attributable to Qisda, 1.024 billion. EPS was 0.52. The entire environment went depressed compared to last year, also impacted by slow demand of IT. Revenue down by 10.6 billion, down by 17%. Because we focus on high value added business, growth margin up by 1.5 percentage points YOY. OP income down by 0.8 billion. Overall, net income attributable to Qisda up by 42 million, EPS up by 0.02 NTD. Quarterly performance, both revenue and OP income grew. Revenue grew by 1.6 billion, up by 3%. Growth margin up by 0.5 percentage point. OP income up by 94 million, up by 7%. Net income attributable to Qisda also increased 0.7 billion. EPS up by 0.36 NTD QOQ. Let's take a look at the first half performance. Revenue 102.5 billion compared to last year, down by 21.1 billion, down by 17%, affected by IT demand decline. Growth margin 16.1%. Last year, 13.9%, up by 2.2 percentage point. OP income, 2.7 billion, down by 0.79 billion. Net income attributable to Qisda, 1.3 billion, although revenue down by 21.1 billion. Net income attributable to Qisda only declined 0.168 billion, so EPS only decreased by 0.09 NTD. Let's take a look at the consolidated balance sheet highlight. As all of us pay great attention to inventory, at the end of June, 35.8 billion compared to last quarter, 39.6 billion, down by 3.8 billion QOQ. It is declined for 5 consecutive quarters. Financial debt, 31% compared to the first quarter, 34%, down by 3 percentage points. Total liability, 64%, down by 3 percentage point QOQ. Mainly because we perform fund management, we moved 8.8 billion cash to pay off debt, adding the cash contribution of the stocking. We enjoy a 3 percentage point decline compared on yearly basis. It has significant decrease. financial ratio, let's take a look at inventory turnover. The first quarter, 90 days to the end of June, reached 85 days, down by 5 days. So the cash conversion cycle slightly decreased by 7 days. Let's take a look at financial trend quarterly. The entire quarter performance, we have seen growth on QoQ basis from the first quarter 50.4 billion to second quarter 52.1 billion because we have improved our profitability. Growth margin since the third quarter of last year 14.4 to 15.6 to 15.8 to the second quarter of this year 16.3. OP income margin third quarter of last year, 1.31 to 2.63 to 2.68 to this year, second quarter, 2.77. Growth margin in 2018, 12.4. Last year, 14.4. This year, second quarter, 16.1. We have observed a good, promising trend on OP income margin. Last year, 2.44. This year, year to date, 2.72. This slide, let's take a look at the second quarter financial trends on YoY basis. Growth margin reached 16.3% in second quarter of 2023. It is gradually increasing, hit highest in past 20 years. OP income margin impacted by revenue scale. When it pick up, OP income margin will also return. Next slide. Each business group quarterly trend. First, let's take a look at high value added business. Left upper side, total revenue. In the second quarter, total revenue reached 26.4 billion, up by YoY and QoQ basis. Medical, we have seen a promising growing trend since the first quarter of 2022, 4.4 billion, go up to 5.1 billion, exceeding 6 billion milestone in the second quarter of this year. BSG, we have seen since the first quarter of 2022, 7.6 billion, growing up to date, we have been exceeding 8 billion for 4 consecutive quarters. NCG, we have seen consecutive 2-quarter revenue over 7 billion. Last year, the third quarter and fourth quarter, we enjoyed a peak over 9 billion because of alleviation of material deficiency. Later, it reflects our client need declined. Let's take a look at the lower right. IT non-HVA businesses. We can see that since the fourth quarter last year, 25.5 billion. First quarter this year, 21.7 billion. The second quarter returned to 22.4 billion. Both growth margin and OP income margin increased. Financial highlight by business group in the second quarter. Let's take a look at second quarter compared to last year. Growth margin, we can take a look at the 4 purple text, high value added businesses. Growth margin range remain constant. Medical 20 to 25, BSG 15 to 20, NCG 15 to 20. IT HVA 25 to 30. IT non-HVA projector monitor. The second quarter compared to last year. Gross margin range up by 1 range. IT HVA slightly went up by 1 range. QoQ, material and others went down slightly because it was impacted by the polarizer performance. Next slide. Revenue breakdown by business. You may have a look on this slide for detailed information. We have talked about high value added business group revenue exceeding 50% of total revenue for 3 consecutive quarters. The first half of this year account for 51%. Next slide. Qisda Group listed company results in the first half. Let's take a look at IT sector. Data Image and Simula was impacted by slow demand in IT industry. Medical, let's take a look at BenQ Medical Tech, slightly increased on revenue. And we can see a significant decrease in net income because last year it enjoyed a non-OP profit. Diva, revenue up by 15%, net income up by 521% YOY, highest in the same period in the past 4 years. BSG, DFI, down by 2% on revenue, up by 12% on net income, highest in the same period in 4 years. MetaAge, revenue and OP income both grew. Revenue grew by 19%. Net income up by 110%, hit the highest in the same period. NCG, let's take a look at Alpha. Up by 3% YOY on revenue. Net income up by 10%, highest in the same period in 7 years. BenQ Material, revenue up by 5%. Net income has significant decline because last year it enjoyed disposal in non-OP profits. Hello everyone, investors, friends from media, good afternoon. I am Chairman of Qisda Corporation, Peter Chen. First, I would like to show appreciation to all of you to participate in our second quarter investor conference. First, as all of you pay great attention, in the past, our effort put since the beginning of the year up to date, due to the entire environment and our group's revenue, are we able to keep the goal of graduate growth on quarterly basis? You can see our result in the second quarter. Revenue slightly grow from 50.4 billion to 52.1 billion. It is growing, but the speed is relatively slow. And this is what we need to put effort to boost IT industry performance. In the past year, we have seen the recovery momentum. It is slowly picking up, but it is not clear yet to recover. So we see the growth, but it is not obvious. Revenue, the second quarter revenue significantly higher than the first quarter. Non-OP income also increased. The second quarter result, we have reached the goal that we have set in the beginning of this year to grow gradually quarter by quarter. And of course, all of you pay great attention to the third quarter performance. Based on our observation, I've heard that you have paid your concern in our revenue in July. Indeed, revenue in July is lower than revenue in June. But this is in fact impacted by the phenomenon of the end and the beginning of the quarter performance differences. We can see the performance will gradually increase month by month. September performance will be better than performance in August. So based on our current observation, we hope to see the gradual growth in the third quarter, and our team will pay effort in reaching this goal. Overall, IT industry, the third quarter performance should be better than the second quarter. However, the speed remains to be slow. It is not as expected. The second half might not have a significant growth, but we can see a slow recovery. As to high value-added business group, 3 major business group: hospital and medical devices industry. It is playing an important role as reviving drivers. Due to alleviation of pandemic, anti-pandemic product demands went down. It has significant difference. However, in post-pandemic era, willingness of returning hospital increased. So revenue in hospital and medical device investment had returned to normalcy as that in pre-pandemic era. So those are expected to persistently grow in revenue. As to BSG and NCG, especially in NCG, both business groups. In the past, it was impacted by material deficiency. So, as to order and delivery, we have been through delayed, but we are able to return to normal performance. So we can expect to see in the second half, BSG and NCG, it has a phenomenon of inventory adjustment. NCG has lagging effect compared to IT industry. So in the second half, especially in NCG, we will experience inventory adjustment. In general, for BSG and NCG in the future, they are infrastructure of digital era. So inevitably, in the near future, we can see after inventory digestion, demand should come back. Another thing I want to report, since the beginning of this year, we have heard CFOs report the first half HVA contribution ratio in the first half. Total in 2 quarters, it remained 51%. We have been reaching the goal we set for last year. Next phase, we expect profit of high value-added business group to exceed 50% of total profit. We have defined organization optimization and enhancing synergy to reach the goal. As you can see, we have announced last Friday through BenQ Medical Tech to acquire K2 Medical and MetaAge to acquire Brainstorm. The detail I will leave to Joe, our president, to report. He will give you more information. Such action, such optimization task to improve profitability, we will accelerate these tasks and hope to bring profit through those arrangements to increase revenue and profit to fulfill the second phase milestone. This is my brief report. I will hand the microphone to Joe, our president. Thank you. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. I'm President Joe Huang. For financial results and third quarter outlook, our CFO and our chairman have shared with you. Next, I want to report to you regarding organization optimization, and synergy enhancement. Those actions have been taken since long ago and will be adjusted through our actual needs. Medical. BenQ Medical Tech acquired 40% stake in K2 Medical from Qisda. It is approved by Board of Directors on August 4th, optimizing the structure of medical business to accelerate synergy enhancement and to improve the competitiveness in group's medical devices. BSG LaFresh approved by Board of Directors on June 6, combining WeBest, Maze, and ePoint to create a software-hardware integration group to provide smart business solution in industrial. It is estimated to be done in the fourth quarter of this year. MetaAge acquired 35.09% stake in Brainstorm from DFI. Business Solution Group adopt dual axis of IT and OT to improve performance. It is approved on August 1st, and we will keep to be lean and focused on core business, and we will reduce stake of those business that we don't pay great attention to. Next slide. Qisda ESG sustainability performance in 2023. We keep putting effort in sustainability to gather Grand Fleet membership. In the first half, in our group, 6 companies totally won 13 sustainability awards. Qisda has won HR Asia Best Companies to Work For in Asia for 5 consecutive years. This is not easy. This also exhibit our effort in taking care of our employees. We also won AREA and TSAA. BenQ Material, BenQ, DFI, Alpha, Network, and Hytron also won AREA and TSAA in total 6 category, 13 awards. This reflects our commitment in ESG and our action. As to strategic development in 4 pillars, in the future, we will accelerate AI application, such as developing AI medical technology to offer healthcare professionals with symptom suggestion and analysis to improve accuracy and efficiency in medical business. We will actively engaging in this sector. Next, we will invite GM of each business group to give briefing. Hello everyone, I'm Daniel Xue. I'm the GM of ITG. Here to report you the highlight of second quarter and outlook of the third quarter. In the second quarter, sales of high-end devices hadn't picked up in global display. However, we had seen market demand for replenishment of home display. Demand for gaming monitor was also gradually bouncing back. Demand for commercial display slightly went up in stable trend. Sales amount of Qisda display in second quarter compared to the first quarter had reached double-digit growth rate. Third quarter highlight, we hadn't seen rapid recovery in global display market. The demand trend remained plateaued. Despite that, we were still able to reach the established goal of quarterly growth in Qisda display sales amounts. Hello everyone, I am GM of CIG, Yuqing Lin. As to highlight of the second quarter, our projector shipment volume in the second quarter was in accordance with our expectation. First half shipment grew 3% YOY. As to inventory adjustment of our client in both industrial and commercial field were slower than expected. However, we have received partial urgent orders. We still made every effort to fulfill clients' urgent order requests. Highlights of the outlook of the third quarter. Client overestimated demand in last year, which lead to slow inventory adjustment. We will keep observing third quarter inventory adjustment trend. Projector delivery grew 3% YOY in the first half. Demand for projector turned weak in the third quarter. Therefore, we will initiate a project to boost demand. Last year, we have acquired orders, and we will gradually deliver them in the third quarter. Next, we will be dedicated in building new business drivers and develop new customers and accelerate our M&A process. Hello, everyone. I am GM of BSG, Michael Lee. I'll update the performance in the second quarter. Revenue in second quarter grew on an upward trend YOY. Meta age had reached second highest in recent 10 years on YOY basis. DFI, main business revenue grew on YOY basis. Partner, the growth margin remained stably growing. Highlight outlook of the third quarter. In BSG, we remain focusing on 6 major infrastructure establishment, which include edge to cloud integration, cybersecurity, AI computing, green energy, intelligence, automation, and track transportation. Continue to have inelastic demand. In the first quarter, machine tool has almost finished inventory adjustment. It should be finished in the third quarter. As to graphic card, it enjoyed an early adjustment, so it should come back in the second quarter. As to cybersecurity, it should still need 2-quarter adjustment. It should end in the third quarter. IPC, as shared by our chairman, the inventory adjustment embedded board should begin in the third quarter. The overall structure in the future, we will have Meta Age and DFI as our dual axis to lead BSG Group. Hello, everyone. I am GM of Medical Business Group, Harry Yang. I will report our second quarter highlight and outlook for the third quarter. Medical Business Group grew 20% YOY. Quarterly revenue hit record high. In the second quarter, we have Nanjing Benkyu Hospital enjoying 15-year anniversary and Suzhou 10-year. We will keep expanding each department to become a demonstration field of each medical devices in our business group to seize the opportunity of post-pandemic economic revival in hospital. In general, our performance in international market is great, especially in Southeast Asia and Indonesia. Especially in Thailand, we enjoy a good outcome. Not only medical devices, hemodialysis, and ultrasound. Our entire product line enjoy great performance. As to hemodialysis, deploy wholesome services. We have new product, dialysis powder and dialysate. We have already gained regulatory approval in Shanghai and enter mass production phase. In the second quarter, to apply the strategy of creating channel ahead, proactively deploy in medical service landscape, we invest 1.8 billion, acquire 28.52% stake of Normal Baby Company. Looking into the third quarter, we want to seize the revival advantage of post-pandemic era, and we will establish Dingding Virtual Drug Store and to keep organization optimization, which include K2 acquired by BenQ Medical Tech. We want to integrate our production line to reach highest synergy. For example, K2 has offices in Thailand, Indonesia, and China. BenQ Medical Tech used to work with local distributor. With K2 joining our grand fleet, we can expand the product development in the future. Hello everyone, I am GM of NCG, April. I want to report the highlight of second quarter. Similar to our anticipation, wire and wireless broadband, such consuming products, were affected by clients' inventory adjustment. We have seen slow demand. However, we had higher demands for switch. As the inventory gradually built in the second quarter, we also noticed such demand is going down. Overall, second quarter operation performance was down by 7% compared to the same period in 2022. Performance in the first half was up by 3% on a half-year basis. The first half EPS grew on YOY basis, benefiting from expense management. It grew from 0.7 to 0.76 NTD. The third quarter outlook. Internet remained to be the key to infrastructure. We expect a promising growth in the future as U.S. government announced continuous investment in growing in broadband establishment. However, government project isn't clear yet. It is expected to have the third quarter to focus on inventory adjustment. We anticipate entire third quarter to have negative growth on operational performance YOY, but we will keep being dedicated in alleviating this trend. Thank you very much. We have covered our update in the second quarter and outlook for the third quarter. We will enter the Q&A session. You may submit your question in the Q&A box on your interface. Due to limited time, we will organize those questions and answer them in this conference later. Hello, investors and friends from media. I am Peter, Chairman of Qisda Corporation. I will answer your questions one by one briefly. First, you have mentioned the outlook of AIoT industry. I believe recently AI has become a hot topic which attracts much attention among us. So I can imagine this to be the focus of your attention. Let me invite Michael Lee to reply this question. Thank you very much. I'm Michael. Because we're not AI concept stock, but we will invest in AI industry. As to AI deployment, we have history in this arrangement, both in IPC and Meta Age. We have engaged in AI industry. As to IPC, we have many products. We collaborate with our clients in many industries, in AI computing. Second, Meta Age provide AI services. They have been distributors of AI technology. As the concept stock, the tech term, It mainly focused in AI server. But for us, we cannot see the short-term contribution from this AI investment. But for mid to long term, it is inevitable to be a key in our investment. Thank you very much. Okay, thank you, Michael. Indeed, AI is a major trend in the future. This is inevitable. We focused on infrastructure such as networking, Wi-Fi 6, low orbit satellite, or 5G and 6G, etc. We are optimistic about AI long-term development. So in the past 9-10 years ago, we had begun to develop in BSG and actively deployed our investment. So about AI, we're optimistic and we will persist to invest. Another question, BenQ Hospital stake ratio. Should we have CFO to give us a brief answer? Okay, the stake of BenQ Hospital, it should be approved by investment commission, so it is still in progress. Okay, we have mentioned before, BenQ Hospital stake ownership. Later, we will also initiate IPO process. It is in accordance with our arrangement because we have to go through administration procedure. It is not under our control. We will actively arrange this progress. After all, BenQ Hospital deployment has enjoyed a long-term history in our company. We are the company in ICT industry putting the deepest and widest effort in medical development, and we are strongly ahead of other companies in this industry. We will keep actively fulfilling our existing goals to amplify the effort we have put in this investment and return benefit to all of you. Next, what is the major product of Medical Business Group? Should we have Harry to answer this question? Hello, everyone. I am GM of Medical Business Group. I have seen a question that might be induced by confusion with Crystal View. That is a glasses company. We are BenQ Medical Tech with ticker number 3116. Major product including medical equipment, surgical table, surgical light, ultrasound consumables, and dentistry-related products. And the synergy in this part. We've talked about K2 Medical. It began with hemodialysis channel. It also has aesthetic medicine products. So to collaborate with K2, we can boost the synergy. Let me provide you an example. In hospital, we have surgical table, equipment. They also have hemodialysis center. So in the future, such channel in the hospital, we can integrate our current resources. Second part, we look into international market. BenQ Medical Tech owns offices in China. However, K2 owns more offices worldwide in Thailand, Indonesia, and China. So in the future, with the integration power, we can expect a strong synergy. We also mentioned BenQ Medical Tech in Southeast Asia. We work with local distributor. In the future, through the offices of K2 Medical, we can integrate our products and our human resources and our channels and our brand development, we can expect a great synergy and performance in the future. Okay, I want to add some points to BenQ Medical Tech about its main products. Allow me to summarize. As you can see, our GM has reported BenQ Medical Tech acquire stakes of K2 and MetaH acquire stake of Brainstorm. The concept between the two actions are clear. We want to enter our second phase milestone, HVA profit exceeding 50% of total profits. We want to integrate similar nature company together. BenQ Medical Tech, with the name of BenQ, it promotes the brand development and channel management, focus on medical products related markets. And we hope through those strategic arrangements, allowing BenQ Medical Tech to be able to expand outside hospital, to allow it to become a leadership in medical devices outside hospital management, which include channel and brand management. We want to gradually include them in BenQ Medical Tech. Brand management and channel management is a very difficult topic. It needs us to focus in integrating companies with similar nature and to bring peak performance in channel management. Based on our observation, companies focusing on channel and brand management in ICT industry, there's no company owning revenue over 10 billion NTD. So we hope to expand medical device development and brand development. We want to be the leadership in medical device development, not only going into Asian market, also breaking into global market. Next, MetaH acquiring stake of Brainstorm. MetaH has worked with major companies as distributors. Of course, we also offer many additional valued services. Also, we were distributor of ERP, such as Oracle or SAP, etc. Through providing know-how and consulting services, and to fulfill clients' needs, and after-sales services or updating softwares to bring value to our client in MetaH operation. As to Brainstorm, similarly, it is a channel-focused membership under our umbrella. It focused on America market through integrating companies with similar nature to boost the greatest synergy. So I want to add this highlight. Next, I've also seen a question regarding dividend policy. Is there any change in this category? Should we have CFO to give us a brief answer? Basically, we still put effort in cash dividend payout. In the past, the ratio is around 40 to 60%. Later, we still focus on HVA investment, the capital. If we can bring more profits, then later it will be reflected in dividend policy. Okay, dividend policy. This year, we have been through ex-dividend. So if you see our past dividend policy, it has been pretty consistent. Our ratio is around 50%, sometimes even over 50%. And of course, it depends on our profitability. And of course, we will hold the concept in mind to put effort in bringing profit, return the benefit to our stockholders. Through consistent dividend policy, we want to return the benefit to all of you, and we hope this year the result after we announce the dividend situation, we hope to offer a positive policy. We want you to rest assured, as that has been pretty consistent. Okay, many of our investors pay great attention to brainstorms. What are their major products? What are the collaboration opportunity working with Meta Age? Should we have Michael to answer this question? Hello, thank you, Chairman. Thank you for asking this question. Meta Age, we acquired through DFI 2 years ago. This company originally focused on gaming PC sales in America. It has been the top 5 company in America. The revenue scale was at 5 to 6 billion. Through 2-year collaboration, we hope to assist DFI and A-Wing in GPU development. We didn't expect it to be popular. It used to be Intel-based CPU platform. In the future, we want to add GPU platform. So we want to integrate those two. After 2-year collaboration, DFI and A-Wing also gained platform establishment. As to brainstorm, we want to develop new product line from gaming PC to workstation. Gaming PC accounted for 90% in its total revenue. Our goal is to increase 30% in non-gaming PC. And we have talked about this is a very strong company in America. Due to the conflicts between America and China, it has some advantage in America sales. In the second phase, after multi-collaboration between DFI, Qisda, Meta Age, and Brainstorm, we want to create multi-win situation for our client. Second phase, Meta Age will lead the collaboration. We originally focused on workstation and edge integration and software. In the future, we will collaborate with Brainstorm channels to expand our market share in North America. Our original collaboration between DFI and A-Wing will still continue. In the future, with the assistance of Brainstorm, we will expand market in North America, other than our original market share in South Africa and Southeast Asia. Okay, thank you. Many of you ask about the Infrastructure Investment and Job Act in America and such networking establishment. We will have April to answer this question. Hello, everyone. America announced its additional investment in infrastructure. We know that it focused on optical fibers. NCG Alpha has entire production line. Also, Hytron has sales office in America. So they will collaborate together to actively seize this opportunity. Okay, I've also seen questions regarding situation in 2024. What's our view and our business driver? For now, it might be too early to discuss and analyze. Currently, the third quarter, we have reported our outlook. To be frank, the fourth quarter, the visibility is not yet to be clear, and we expect we are enjoying slow growing trend, but we expect to be able to report to you by the end of the year what kind of momentum we can proceed in 2024, the bigger picture in 2024. We should be able to report to you by the end of the year. Also, you pay great attention in production capacity of hemodialysis. Artificial kidney, also called dialyzer. In Taiwan, we have a factory. We can manufacture around 2.2 million dialyzer per year. We also have investment in China. We have a factory in Shanghai. The production capacity is much greater than that in Taiwan. After the establishment and investment are completed, our goal is to reach 40 million per year to provide the entire China and Southeast Asia for those patients who are suffering from economic pressure, who cannot be well taken care of. Whether it's about dialyzer or dialysates or the tube or the device itself, the entire solution we hope to provide. Also, the channel management, because local regulation differs, and we also want to put much effort in this field to boost the growth momentum. Okay, so it is close to 3 p.m. now. We have covered most of the question. Partial question, maybe we haven't answered them, and we wish to have your understanding. We want to thank you again for your attention on our group development. We hope that under this ideal environment, we can still provide great outcome to all of you who invest in us. Thank you very much. Currently, we have answered all of the online questions. We have come to the end of today's investor conference. Thank you very much for your participation. 2023 second quarter results of Qisda Corporation Investor Online Conference. We will upload audio and video documents of today's conference. Thank you again. You may disconnect now.